Sandolo Pache, our little channel, is celebrating over 400 subscribers. Thank you. Likes, shares, subscribes, comments. Thank you. Alrighty, shall we begin? This is one of my all-time favorite authors. He has a bunch of books that he's written. He's no longer with us in this earthly plane. Vernon Howard. I will leave the information down below. I'm going to read a bit from the 8th chapter, Mystical Mysteries That Change Your Life. They did. Anything I've read from him has been life-altering. Author and mystic P.D. Ouspensky wrote an interesting novel called The Strange Life of Ivan Osikin. Ivan, a young man who finds life intolerable, visits a wise magician to complain. If only I could go back through the years and start again. If only I could do things differently. The magician assures him that it would not make the slightest difference. He would repeat the very same mistakes. In disbelief, Ivan asks to be sent back for a test. Agreeing, the magician sends Ivan back 12 years. Ivan goes through the very same dismal experiences. Everything tragic that happened before happens again. He's amazed to find that, in spite of all his good intentions, he has no power to alter the course of his life. Ivan returns to the magician in complete bewilderment to ask what it is all about. The magician explains 4 events to be different. Ivan himself must be different. His very inward nature must be transformed, made new. A new nature which calls for persistent self-work will set new causes into motion for him. Then everything will be different. The mystic path leads to total transformation of our reactions toward life. How amazing it really is. Everything is seen in a different light. What we previously thought vital becomes trivial. What we used to ignore, we now treasure. We see that riotous social conditions need not mean disturbance within us. We clearly realize that freedom's inner kingdom cannot be touched by exterior attacks. We delightedly perceive that we can truly choose to change from victim to victor. We can stop running so frantically through our day, for we understand that we really did not want to race so breathlessly. We merely did not know what else to do. But now we know. We have caught that first magnificent glimpse of a higher world. We also sense the secret of continued progress. We need only refuse to accept our present vision of this new world as the limit of the world. So the next part's called a life-changing technique, and I want to read that up to, it's got little sections through here. I'm going to read that up to how to be loving, and we'll save how to be loving for another video. A life-changing technique. By the way, all the information, because there's a website that carries all of his books, I will make sure is linked down below. A life-changing technique. In our everyday affairs, we clearly see the need for placing things in their right order. We know the foundation of a home must come before the roof. We realize we must trim the vegetables before cooking them. The very same principle of the right order of things must prevail in our psychic life. If we are to avoid confusion and achieve success. You know, we each have a different definition of success. To me, it's peace. That's my well-being in peace. And that is closely linked to freedom. Does this world seem free to you? Oh, in future videos we'll cover that. Because we can create out there what we have in here. That's what we're doing. That's why we're waking up. Because we're taking responsibility. We're looking out there and we're saying, uh-oh, what can I do in here? Because that's just a reflection. So that they're integrated and harmonious and in alignment. Back to the book. The very same principle of the right order of things must prevail in our psychic life if we are to avoid confusion and achieve success. This single idea, faithfully understood and applied, could mark the turning point of your life. A man wants to be happy. Man, woman. A man wants to be happy. Fine, he can be happy. But if he places happiness as the first order of business, he will not find it. He will find temporary thrills or distractions. Oh, don't those abound? But not abiding contentment. He must proceed in the right order. Happiness follows a sincere effort at self-discovery. We cannot possibly be happy if we are strangers to ourselves. And this I recently posted in our community section. If you're not, subscribed and you're not aware of that, you may want to do that so you can. I like to share all kinds of tidbits there. Good tidbits. We cannot possibly be happy if we are strangers to ourselves. Self-understanding is the door to quietude. Let's see how it goes in other areas. And he's got this bullet pointed. Again, you'll find this in the community tab. Change yourself rather than working to change others. Oh, it took me a long time to figure that one out. I hope that's not the case if you're, younger or considerably younger than myself. Place the inner man in control of the outer. Place the inner man in control of the outer. Not the outer man, out of the outer. Of the outer. Place the inner man in control of the outer. Abandon the false before seeking the true. Be loving, and you will be loved. Attend to the reason why you felt hurt, not to those who hurt you. Set inner integrity before good works. Kind of self-aligning, what's the word I want? I can't think of it, but regarding the ego. Set inner integrity before good works. You do that and you won't struggle so much with the egoic mess. Place thinking before speaking. I like this next one. Be a real person, then a social person. Kind of reminds me of a video I did on the difference between being nice and being kind. I'm a very kind person. I am not so nice. You watch my videos, you might find that surprising, but you speak to anybody who knows me, I can be quite not nice. And I'm being kind when I'm doing that. So, really good at setting boundaries and limitations. And that's not always good for those who aren't respectful of, or they just are enmeshed and do not comprehend where they end and others begin. It's just fun. It's like a video game, right? Learning about ourselves. Being consciousness and observing consciousness from the fractal point. Be a real person, then a social person. Understand yourself, then try to know others. Destroy negative attitudes, not negative conditions. This is an everyday maintenance and practice. That's what enlightenment is. It's not like you get it and you've got it. It's in the now, present moment. The only time there is. Place small efforts before great determinations. Maybe you face an unexpected and disturbing crisis. What's the right order to meet this crisis? Do not attack it directly. That only makes it worse. Rather, immediately connect it with everything you know about the mystic path. Suppose you feel that your life is shallow, spinning in pointless circles. What does the mystic path say? Well, it says you feel this way only because you have not as yet returned to your original nature. Also, it tells you to seek more self-knowledge. It gently points out that such despair is totally unnecessary, and so on. All this leads to the answer, but it will be entirely different from what you now imagine. Remember your purpose in working with the principles of the mystic path. You want a change of being. Do not practice merely to have something to do. Your goal is a new self. And I would say it's just revealing the true self. But it's a new self because we have to alter the judgments and opinions and conditioning and the illusion that we've taken on. Please discuss the right order of things in connection with our physical appetites. We overeat. We're obsessed with sex. Physical appetites in themselves are normal. You are enslaved when you place your gratification of them before your understanding of them. Oh, that's so good, I gotta read it again. Please discuss the right order of things in connection with our physical appetites. We overeat, we're obsessed with sex. It's just a few examples, just a few. Physical appetites in themselves are normal. Yeah, we're having an experience of being a human being, being one of mankind. In physical appetites in themselves are normal. You are enslaved when you place your gratification of them before your understanding of them. We are slaves to whatever we don't understand. I always like what Matthias de Stefano said. To transcend it, first you understand it. You're beyond something, you got to understand it first. We are slaves to whatever we don't understand. Food and sex are powerful stimulants. Stimulation is a craving of the false self. People fear that by losing these cravings, they will be left with nothing to live for. In truth, they will have something for which to live for the first time. Bam! That's some good shit right there. He's right. The supreme right order was clearly presented hundreds of years ago. Seek first the kingdom of heaven. and all else will be added unto you.